and the talk. After the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. Now read a passage about outsider art from a modern art textbook. You will have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now listen to part of a lecture in an art history class.
All right, so let's consider the work of the outsider artist Henry Darger. Darger lived by himself in a tiny apartment in Chicago in the 1900s. He had no friends and spent all his spare time there alone, creating hundreds of paintings and drawings. He had never formally studied art and kept his work completely private, so no one ever saw it or responded to it during his lifetime. And so when you see Darger's work, you notice how unique it is. It doesn't remind you of anything you've ever seen before. It's very much his own. For example, one piece, it's a watercolor painting. In this piece, he illustrates a story about the adventures of 7 children. But see, Darger had a really hard time drawing human figures, yet he managed to come up with his own rather unique solution for the problem. He simply cut out pictures of children from newspapers and magazines and pasted them into his own painted illustration of trees, flowers, and grass. The results look a little strange. Darger's picture looks more cluttered, more crowded with details than the pictures of other artists, because its entire surface is painted and there are no spaces left empty. It's also a lot longer than the pictures of most other artists, about 9 feet long.
Explain why Henry Darger is considered an outsider artist.
Please prepare your answer after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Outsider art is a term used to describe art that is made by people who choose to live and work outside society. Henry Darger is the example of outsider art. Henry Darger, he lived alone, and he had no friend. He drew paintings, but without formal education. It's very much his own. And one famous painting describes his character. In the paintings, there are 7 children, and since he could not write the figure of human well, he cut out figures of children from newspaper or magazine, and he depicted more crowded scene.
Number 5. In this question, you will listen to a conversation. You will then be asked to talk about the